What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the God Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin, my co-host, Donovan Moore.
Yes, sir.
And today we're just going to be talking about just giving the NBA update, talking about things going on in the NBA right now, current news. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, all of that type of stuff, and enjoy the intro.
You ready, Playboy?
Yo, turn it up, Slack. I can't hear nothing.
First on the docket today, we'll be talking about Benjamin Simmons, man, and his play and where he's probably going to be in the future. So I guess first we should start with Ben Simmons was cheeks in the playoffs this year, bro.
And that's putting it nicely. He was god awful.
Yeah.
He can play defense. He gets assists, he play makes, but just what did he have? 0 points in every fourth quarter of a 7-game series? You're getting paid $180 million. You're telling me you only gonna take one shot in crunch time.
Crunch time, right. And it's just crazy, bro. Because like in one game he had like 4 shot attempts, and then he was like, "Cool, I'm gonna come out and be aggressive the next game." It's like, I understand I wasn't there. Came out another 4 shots, like, and then did shoot in the fourth quarter again, bro. Like, I don't really know what's going on with Ben Simmons. Do you think that he'll be an all-star going forward still?
I think he'll still be an all-star because all-star has always been one of those things. It's just like the regular season, really. Like people getting awarded for what they do throughout the regular season. And the Sixers have been pretty strong in the regular season. It's the playoffs where they falter. Right. So I think he could still be an all-star. But it's just come playoff time, he's never the same player because in the playoffs, people are actually going to scout you. Mm-hmm. They're going to know your tendencies. They already know you can't shoot, not even a free throw. So even if you go up for a layup, they're just going to foul you.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, do you see him on the Sixers anymore? Because I heard that they want to develop him and that they're like exploring the possibility of making him change his jump shot to his right hand. Like, I think it's too late for that. I feel like,
bro,
I feel like it's way too late for it. It's different with like Lonzo's jump shot where like they moved it from across his body to being like more in the pocket.
Yeah.
So his right hand. So it's different. So like, and I know Ben Simmons is ambidextrous, so like he could probably make the change, but I mean, do you think that's going to be effective at this point?
No. How old is Ben Simmons? Like 24, 25?
24, yeah.
So if he's been shooting left-handed all his life, then when he gets to the NBA, after what, his 3rd or 4th year in the NBA, you're like, you know what, let's try him right-handed. That ain't it.
Yeah, it's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. It's still going to be like another 2 years, I'd say, if they do switch his hand before he'll even be serviceable enough to be able to shoot well with the right hand. So
that's definitely not it. Their best bet. Remember when we said it, when they offered James Harden for Ben Simmons and they said no. We both said that was a dumb trade. Like, what? I would drive Ben Simmons to Houston myself if they offered me that. Are you kidding?
Absolutely.
Like, come on. That's it's partly Philly's fault. But it's like at the same time, can you trust Embiid with his health issues?
No.
Every year he gets hurt.
I feel like, yeah, and like with Ben Simmons getting hurt, like that's gotten swept under the rug. The fact that Embiid is injured again, and it's another lower body injury.
But he was still balling. To his credit, he was still doing the thing with a meniscus tear.
But either way, you're injured, bro. Like,
yeah,
playing. If it was regular season, he wouldn't be playing, bro. Like, he'd still be missing games like he does every year. So,
facts.
I mean,
yeah, Philly got some things to figure out.
What do they do? Do they blow it up? Do they get rid of him? Where does he go?
Well, the other problem people forget about is Tobias Harris is making the same amount of money as Ben Simmons. And even though he's scoring more points, that doesn't mean he's more effective. I think Game 7, he was 8 for 24 for 22 points.
Yeah, no, he was terrible in the series too. And Ben Simmons being as bad as he was, it also swept him under the rug in his play.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Like the Sixers just had issues. And Seth Curry was their second best player in the series.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just facts. So, I mean, I don't know.
He was just expected to be a role player / shooter.
Right. He's just supposed to be a shooter and out here getting 36.
Right. What are you paying Tobias Harris for if you got Steph Curry getting 30, 35 points?
But I've heard people talking about Ben Simmons to the Warriors, which I think is I think that's interesting for sure, just because they have the best 3-point
Shooters.
in the
Yeah.
league, and Ben Simmons generates the most most 3-pointers in the league ever since he's gotten in the league. He generates the most 3-point jump shots. So
Oh,
he
that's
like if he goes to the Warriors, that's big, bro. Because I mean, people are comparing him to Draymond Green right now, and I mean, I think that's a fair comparison.
at least Draymond will shoot.
Right, but
And
I'm
he's not
saying
awful from the
if
free throw
Draymond
line.
didn't shoot though, he'd be Ben Simmons, and that's kind of how I feel. I think that's pretty accurate.
That's fair.
Both play great defense. They're both good passers, good playmakers, and they'll get the ball to the shooters. That's kind of what Ben Simmons does. So
That's fair.
the same.
That's definitely fair.
But next up, we can talk about the Mavericks. The Mavericks head coaching job. Jason Kidd just got it yesterday, and
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups is now the coach of the Trailblazers. So,
oh wow, that happened today.
Yeah, that happened last night.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
Jason Kidd as the coach for the Mavericks. Do you like it? Cop or drop?
As of right now, I would say drop because when we last saw Jason Kidd as a head coach, it was on the Bucks.
But he did develop Giannis very well, and Malcolm Brogdon was the rookie of the year that year. So
that's true. That's actually a good point.
It's not.
That's actually a good point.
Bad, but he couldn't get them over the hump. And I don't even like Coach Bud. So for Coach Bud to be able to get that team further than Jason Kidd did, I don't really know what that says about Jason Kidd, but I think with him being with the Mavericks, it's a different feel because that's a home field to him. He won a championship there.
Yeah.
One of the only teams, the only team to win a championship there, 2011 team. So
that's a solid move for him. That Chauncey Billups move.
Let's talk about Chauncey Billups move.
If they keep Dame, because I hate when they put African American coaches in bad situations, like the coach for the Rockets, for example.
Silas,
yeah, they were trading the whole team away, and then they make him the head coach. Bro, the Rockets are awful. They
were the worst team in the league last year, and they just threw a black man in the job, bro. They just
come on, bro. Phil Jackson couldn't even get them to the playoffs. Come on,
right?
Come on, but hopefully if Dame and CJ McCollum stay, or maybe they trade probably CJ McCollum and get Dame some help, then I would like to move. I feel like Chauncey Billups could be a really good coach.
I feel like he could be too. I don't know exactly what his effect was on the Clippers. I think he was the main person that was.
But I think he was the top assistant.
Yeah, he was the main person that was making Paul George the point guard, which I mean, so far I guess it's kind of worked for them. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's definitely a ploy to see if to get Dame to stay, and I don't know if it will get Dame to stay. If you know what I mean. They just have to get rid of the right people, bro. If you can't go about this whole rebuild or trying to build around Dame, trying to just making any decision, trying to panic really, just getting rid of players that you don't need to really get rid of. So
that's facts.
I think the coaching change was necessary for sure because Terry Stott's been there for years and hasn't done anything at this point.
He's done anything.
The coaching change was necessary, and there's going to be some personnel changes. It's just about the personnel changes at this point. Because Chauncey Billups is a pretty good pick. I like that.
Yeah, I like that move a lot.
Let's talk about what was the last thing I was about to talk about? Oh, the Hawks Bucks series, the series going on right now. So Hawks Bucks. Last night, I think it was last night, bro. The Hawks got blown out by 40.
It was rough.
Yeah, they did a great job on defense, bro. Trae Young looked probably the most uncomfortable I've seen him. And that was the worst game so far.
Well, we knew when the Bucks got Drew Holiday that the one thing that was constant with Drew Holiday was always defense.
Always. Mm-hmm.
Always. And I feel like this series, the Bucks are the better team. It just always comes down to Chris Middleton, really. Chris Middleton, pretty much. Sometimes Drew Holiday, but game one, for instance, when the Bucks lost, the Hawks won because, for one, Trae played out of his mind.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. And then for two, Chris Middleton was 2 for 15.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the Nets series. The Bucks lost every game where Chris Middleton was bad.
Right.
So As long as Chris Middleton plays somewhat decent or at least can put up 20 points, just 20 points is all they ask for. The Bucks normally win.
Bucks normally win. That's true. That's very true. But I mean, they were just running. They were running so many
Yeah.
bodies at Trey, like, and
Yeah.
with him being so short, it's like with Brooke Lopez and Drew Holiday surrounding you. And I think Drew Holiday has a solid at least 4 inches. I think on Trey easily because Drew Holiday's 6 foot.
And he's pretty sturdy too.
Yeah,
Sturdy
like,
dude.
no, he's not a small guy at all. Like he's
Yeah.
definitely stronger than he looks. So like,
Yeah.
they were just bullying Trey for the most part, and like he wasn't really able to make plays off of it. Like his jump shot isn't there yet, bro. Like for me, for him to be shooting those deep threes that he shoots a lot, like I don't think his jump shot is completely there yet for him to really be throwing those up. And I don't really like when he does that. Like
Yeah, you don't like it?
Well, he went 4 for 13 the other night, bro. Like it's like at a certain point you got to stop shooting those. Like, and you can see the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like last night they were forcing him to shoot those, and he just wasn't hitting them. Like, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I know he can hit that shot, bro. But like if it's not
Yeah.
on, usually for him, if it's not on in the beginning, it's not going to be on for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So like
I think fatigue could also be playing a factor too.
that's true because their whole offense runs through him, and when he's on the bench, they struggle to score. Like you can see it. If Lou Williams is on, then usually they can't keep it up.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'll win at least one game in Atlanta though.
I do too, and I like the fact that they got one on the road, but
yeah, that was a huge one.
They just need to adjust basically to what the Bucks did because if the Bucks do that again, like it's gonna be bad, bro.
Everybody's gonna have the same game plan with the Hawks. Just try to like muck the game up, play physical.
Yeah, you got to play physical, and like they were giving Trey too much space the last game, and I think
they're just gonna play way more physical.
Yeah,
so
they were like, we just gotta play physical on Trey and let them, dance
around,
hit the shimmies and stuff. Like they can't let them do that.
Yeah.
So let's move over to the Clippers and Suns for the last part of this show. I like the Suns still, but Devin Booker and Chris Paul shot 10 for 40 in their last game. And you can't do that. Like you can't have Reggie Jackson and Patrick Beverly shooting better than you and expect to win the game, honestly.
That's fact. It's just who do you have tonight in the game for?
I got the Suns just because
you got the Suns tonight.
I don't like the Clippers, bro. I've been saying that for a long time. I don't like the Clippers, but Terrence Mann is showing that he could be a really good asset to the team. Reggie Jackson is playing like 2012 Reggie Jackson.
That OKC Reggie Jackson / Detroit Piston.
I think, and then Paul George, even though he had like 27, but he shot like 26 shots. I mean, he's playing pretty well, He's
all around basketball,
he's doing what he can do, So I just don't think it's enough to beat the Suns, and I think I just want to see I want to see the Suns make the finals. I want to see Chris Paul in the finals.
Yeah, well, I got to give Tyronn Lewis props. He's been coaching. He's been coaching like just great. It's just been exceptional coaching. Like the Clippers have gone down 0-2 in every series they played, and he just makes adjustments. Like I think I saw something on Instagram. They were just calling him Belichick. How many adjustments he makes?
Yeah,
it's just crazy just to see that. I feel like if the Clippers had Kawhi, I could definitely see them winning this series.
If they had Kawhi, they would win the series.
Without a doubt, I could see them winning this series. But it's just going to be a little tough for them without him to do it. So
without them, I don't see it happening. But it's possible though, because I mean, Devin Booker, bro, while he's a really good scorer, when he has an off night, it's an off night. Like like 5 for 18 with only 18 points. Like So if you can catch Devin Booker on some of those off nights, like you can definitely squeak out some of those wins. Whenever he's shooting bad, the Clippers need to win games if they want. Because you got to take advantage of that for sure, and that's what they did their last game. And if it happens again, I expect them to do it going forward.
Yeah, they did. I feel like tonight is another must-win for the Clippers.
Yeah,
they can't go back to Phoenix down 3-1 because Phoenix at home is a completely different team because their role players will be so much like Cameron Payne just plays crazy at home. Crowder, Bridges, Ayton, like all those guys, they're just different at home. But Ayton's been solid all playoffs too.
Yeah, and Ayton got outplayed their last game, and that's also
by Zubac, I think.
Yeah, that's also a reason they lost. But I mean, DeAndre Ayton hadn't gotten outplayed most of the time in the series.
And he's been going against Jokic and Anthony Davis all postseason.
He's going to Anthony Davis, Jokic, and now now Zubac. So I mean, this is definitely the easier part of the playoff series.
Yeah, Right.
I mean, I expect him to bounce back pretty well.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. So that's gonna do it for this basketball update episode of the Got Next podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, all of that type of stuff, and we'll catch you next week.